Soul Simmers, my name is Darth Jeswick and welcome back to my channel. Today we're building Floyd and Debra's apartment from GTA 5. This is kind of the layout we have going for us. The apartment is like a light green color. I'll try to put a picture up here in the corner so that you guys can like kind of look at it. I'm going to mainly focus on Floyd and Debra's apartment, but I will furnish the other 5 apartments on this lot. We meet Floyd and Debra after Wade is sent off to Los Santos to find Michael. Debra is away when we first meet Floyd, and then Trevor and Wade kind of end up taking over the apartment and just like kind of ruining it. I'm just going to do the clean version of the apartment because that's just what I wanted to do, but we have these double closets in here. I ended up having to take one of them out because I needed a little bit more space because Debra's desk was just not fitting in the way that I needed it to. But we're going to be starting off with the kitchen here. I'm using the fridge from Home Chef Hustle because it's like pretty similar to the fridge that they have in the game, as well as a Dream Home Decorator stove set. I'm also going to add in one of the stand mixers from Home Chef Hustle, but I end up moving it from where it is in the game because it's right next to the fridge in the game, but I moved it over by the sink so that your Sims don't have to like carry their food prep like all the way over there and then all the way back over to the stove. So really that's the only thing that's kind of out of place, but it made more sense to have it over by the sink so that your Sims can prep food right by the fridge and then put it immediately on the stove. She also has something like this little chalkboard here on this wall by the countertops. This build ended up taking me about 8 hours to do. It was a really long build. Like, there isn't much landscaping to speak of, but the furnishing of 6 different apartments was an enormous undertaking. Like, I kind of wish I could have just like copied and pasted all of the apartments, but with the way that the layout has to be for all the doors to work, I just couldn't. So I had to like custom do every single apartment. Debra's also got like a couple of baskets and like a little plant up here on the fridge. She's got like plants and like wicker baskets everywhere, so I used a lot of nifty knitting and Dream Home Decorator because both of those things have a lot of like wicker basket objects, which is really nice. I also added the functional radiators in every apartment so that your landlords can come and fix that. And then in the basement, technically, we have a like utility room that has the functional water heater as well as the functional electricity box. But we're moving on to the living room right now. I really wanted to use these ones from high school years because this is like the exact couch that's in GTA 5, but it was just too big and I did not want to go back through and make this apartment wider because this was like the perfect proportion for this build. Like if I had made this build any bigger, then the hallway space would have been ginormous because it's already quite wide and very open when you walk into the entryway. But I think I made it work with the love seat version of the high school years couch. It just doesn't have the white detailing of like where those seats are, I guess. Which was kind of like the whole reason why I even chose this couch to begin with, because it's like the exact replica of the one that's in GTA 5. But I think I made it work. We've got a sliding door here so they can go out on the balcony. I think I'm just gonna put like a little surfboard out there from like Island Living Debug, because that's what they have out on their porch in GTA 5. So I'm kind of really trying to mimic everything like detail by detail. I did have a lot of trouble with like the floor plan in general because the proportions in GTA 5 are like completely different to the ratios and stuff in The Sims 4. I spent probably an hour just like scrubbing through a video of touring this apartment so that I could get down to like every last little detail. And watching the tour video, I realized that there's a lot of like dirty things in Debra's apartment, especially in her room. So we'll get to that in a minute. I am going to move this window over in front of her desk because that's where it is in GTA 5. She's also got this little like side table to put some like files and stuff on, as well as like a lamp. And they should still be able to sit at these couches. It is quite tight in here, but it does work. There's very much like a marine life theme going on with her apartment, so everything is like blue. There's tons of like pictures of sea creatures around. So we'll dig through debug and put a bunch of those up too. Like, I'm not kidding when I said I wanted this to be as accurate as possible because I just love the GTA 5. I know it's like a violent game, but it is really fun. Especially the story mode. I've been going back through and playing it again just because I get bored with online every once in a while. Or sometimes there's just too many griefers in the servers, so I just log off and go back into the story mode because I can still play. Or I can just go into a server by myself, but I usually just play the story mode or regular online, because it is fun to be in a lobby with other people. Like, I just like seeing other people's cars. Like, I think that's really fun to do, like little car meetups. That is until like a grafer comes and like blows you up, which happened to me last night, and I was so upset. I was like, this was fun, and then people like just ruined it. Honestly, I think it's kind of funny when people do that though, because it's like you have nothing better to do in this game than try and like constantly kill me when I'm not even bothering you. Like, I don't even try to mess with people's like business battles. Like, I stay out of it. I stay away from them. Like, if I see them coming, I'm just like, nope, out of here. I don't want to mess with your product. Like, if you don't mess with my product, you know? Honestly, I just like to drive around and listen to the music because I love the nonstop pop radio station. I've been listening to that while I do my walks every day, and I feel like such a hot girl. Like, especially when Lady by Mojo comes on. That's like my favorite song in the entirety of the game, except for the song that introduces like the whole game. I think it's called like Welcome to Los Santos, that like dun song. That one, I like that song too. And then the song at the end of the game is like the setup. It's called like Odom, it's a setup, it's a setup. I can't actually play the song because I'd probably get copyrighted, but it's a really good song and they always get stuck in my head anytime I play the game. But we've got this little office space now. I gave her the little Lifa Lerv statue. I want to say that's from the Modern Luxe kit. And don't get mad at me, get mad at GTA 5 because they're the ones that put the rugs over carpet. I'm just copying what they were doing. I wouldn't normally do that because we have carpet, we don't need a rug. But for the sake of similarity, we're doing it. There's really not much decoration going on in this part of the little hallway here. There's just a bookcase and like this little fan. I also added one in the kitchen because I went back and looked at the video again and there was one in there that I missed. And I'm also going to add in our dining room table. It is quite close to the couch, but they should still be able to get through that space just fine. And if not, they can always go through the kitchen to get around. But we are moving on to Debra's room right now. She's got this like yellow and blue comforter. Like everything is very like marine aquatic life themed. She also has like these flowy white curtains, so I'm going to use these ones Desert Luxe kit. I'm actually using this little side table from Nifty Knitting twice. I'm actually using it in the living room also, next to her desk. I'm going to give her a small TV on here, as well as some other like random clutter items like some perfume, and then a laundry hamper. I did make a laundry room so your Sims can actually do laundry here. And then there's also a gym in the basement as well. I feel like Debra is also like obsessed with working out and like staying fit. She's got like lots of workout equipment and like yoga stuff everywhere. So I'm gonna give her a couple of clutter items in her room, and then she has a yoga mat in Floyd's room. And if you know, you know, this big black bottle here is bug bite cure from Journey to Batu, but if you've ever played GTA 5 and you've been in this apartment, you know what it is. Anyways, she's just got a couple of other things in her room, just like a little lamp and a side table that has some flowers and a magazine on it. And we can't forget the lotion and the tissues. We always need that. And gotta stay moisturized, people. Moving on to Floyd's bedroom now. I'm not sure if this is Debra's, like, or if Floyd is the crafty one, but he does have like some crafting supplies in there, so I'm gonna kind of emulate that with some stuff from Nifty Knitting, as well as adding this shelf from Laundry Day because it looks like she could possibly do her laundry in here. There's also like an ironing board on the wall, and our poor infamous teddy bear that Trevor destroys. I do not envy the things that this bear has probably seen. I'm sorry, everybody. GTA is just filled with like innuendos. Oh my god. Okay, moving on to the bathroom though, we've got this like life preserver on the wall, and it's because she has a life preserver mirror. So there's actually a mirror behind it from, I think, the Paranormal Pack. Because it's like a quite small round mirror and it's like the only way I could do it, but we're going for accuracy here and that's about as close as I could get. And in the game they have like a pyramid of toilet paper. I was just too lazy. I was like, I'm not gonna stack up all this paper. I can't do it. I didn't have the patience. Their towel rack is also in their shower. I don't know how your towel stays dry, but you know, it's in there. I did some shoes to this little entryway here, as well as like umbrellas. And then we have our Live, Laugh, Love poster, another little lamp here. She's also got like a landline phone, so I'm going to use this one from the basement clutter kit. And then a little hanging plant here, and then a couple of other posters, and then we're pretty much finished with this build. I'm not going to do full tours of every single apartment. I'm just going to kind of fly over every single apartment so that you kind of get the layout and general idea of each one, and then we'll actually tour Floyd and Debra's apartment. And then one of the last things I did before we get to the landscaping is add apartment numbers. I found some pictures of people on the gallery who just put like numbers and letters in the game on the gallery, and that's where I got that from. It's from like Sim Lusky on the gallery if you're looking for it. I was kind of on my own as far as landscaping goes because in GTA 5 this whole block is just like concrete. And that was just too boring, too gray for me, so I wanted to add some kind of landscaping, but we're getting to the tour right now. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button because it really helps out. I upload a couple videos a week, so subscribe and hit the bell button to get a notification every time I post a new video. I hope you have an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you all in the next video. Dag dag!